need PCB, taillight, 47 ohm resistors, LEDs, cutters, wire strippers, Sharpie, solder iron, wires. So all these materials would be down below in the description if you guys need any of it. Also, you need silver paint and glue gun. Alright, let's get started. So basically you want to cut down the PCB to fit inside the tail light. Of course, this is a half and half Drain tail light, and you can't take out the lens without ruining it, since it's plastic welded inside, and it kind of sucks. That's like that. So yeah, if you're gonna use the aftermarket one, you can't oven these. I would suggest you cut it from the back, following the slit. We'll get to that later. So what we're gonna do is cut this to size, then super glue this to here, and then we'll get to the LEDs. Alright, let's get to it. Let's measure it out real quick. I need about 3E. Basically, you can tell that I tried to oven it and it warped the whole tail light. So for me cutting this, it's not going to be exactly what you want to do in my tail light. I actually cut the back out and has this going straight across. But since I ovened it, the inside of it warped instead of the lens popping out. So even when I popped the lens out, it cracked. The only thing you can oven is the OEM tail light. That actually can be ovened, but with these you're gonna have to cut it from the back side. But you can tell right here it got warped, and I cracked it too. So me cutting this, don't do this to yours. You're gonna have to cut it around this edge, not where I'm cutting it right here. The only reason why I'm doing it is because it's warped. next thing to do is to glue these together. Alright, it's super glued. Next thing we do is we're going to spray silver over it. We just finished spraying it silver on the PCB, and the glue right here, it came out pretty crappy, so I went ahead and peeled it off. So now we're actually going to get into LEDs. Basically, these LEDs, the longer ones is always positive and the shorter ones are negative. And to make it run without blowing it up, we have a resistor, which is 4070 ohm resistor. It basically connects to the positive side, and then the negative connects to negative. When we solder it, we solder onto a PCB, goes in, and then what we're going to do to hold it in place, originally I would glue it in between each LED or diode, but this time, since I'm running out of super glue sticks, I'm going to go ahead and bend the negative down and then solder the negatives in place first to hold it in place, and then go over everything with 47 ohm resistor. We're all set up. We're going to go ahead and do the design first. Alright, so I went ahead and soldered all the grounds together. I had them facing inside so it's easier to do it, and then I attached this wire to it to make it work. And then now we're going to go ahead and solder the 47 ohm resistors to all the positives. Alright, now it's time to super glue wherever the negative and positive could contact when it's inside the tail light, just to prevent it from touching each other. So let's do that real quick. Now we're going to go ahead and connect all the tips of the 47 ohm resistors together and then solder on the wire, power wire to it. Once we're done with that, we're going to test it. That's pretty much it. Besides, the last thing is to spray this over it, so this protects it from all the outside dust and weather and whatnot. Basically a clear coat. I don't know why this one's not connecting, so we're gonna go over all the LEDs and see what's going on. Maybe my solder's bad, but basically I'm gonna show you guys how to replace it. I'm pretty sure it's just either the ground or power's not really connecting, or maybe they're touching each other and it blew out. So to do that is we're gonna use these, cut the LEDs out, replace them, and repeat the same steps. So I went ahead and marked them with the permanent marker. The ones that are dying. went ahead and slapped it inside the taillight. This is what it looks like. Basically how I made mine. The wires go back here. It's actually white. The lens makes it red. Gives it that white turn signal glow. It's pretty sick. Pretty happy with this, and now you guys get an idea of how I made my taillight. Thanks for watching. See you.